The time now, 11 o'clock on this Sunday night, August 10th, 2014 on a Sunday night. Time now for the What Magician PJ Wiggins late night report. Sunday night, August 10th, 2014. Good evening, everybody. Our conditions at 11 o'clock in North Massachusetts. Hazy skies at 59 degrees, humidity at 96%, wind speed is calm, 2.58 degrees, and visibility at 3 miles. Take a look at our little radar scope here. Shows some rain showers around the Amherst, New Hampshire, and West Central New Hampshire, and we'll zoom you a closer look at it. And we're seeing some rain showers around East Washington in New Hampshire, and rain showers west of Amherst, and rain showers around the Manchester, New Hampshire area. So those of you in the Manchester area, around the area, gonna have a little rain to contend with right now here. And we've seen some spotty rain showers and storms from central and eastern portions of Nova Scotia here, and spotty showers and storms off the southeastern coast of Prince Edward Island here, and some spotty rain showers western and eastern and Gaspé province of Quebec here. And we're seeing some spotty showers and storms from the Carolinas down for Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi, and off the Louisiana coastline. A lot of showers and storms from Arkansas down for eastern Missouri, and some in northern Illinois, and down for eastern and western portions of Iowa up into Minnesota, and a lot of showers and storms from central Indiana down for southwest Ohio, down for central Kentucky here. And a lot of rain showers and storms in north central Texas and west of the Dallas Metroplex, the Dallas and Fort Worth areas. A lot of rain clouds and storms from western portions of Texas and northern Mexico, stretching out for Arizona, Mexico, and stretching out for southern Colorado here. And spotty rain showers in Utah, up in the north central Nevada, stretching out in the northeastern California, down for central western portions of Oregon here. A lot of rain showers from around west central portions of Saskatchewan, spotty rain showers in west central portions of Manitoba. Soldier, Iowa, good evening, 68 degrees with drizzly skies here. Satellite loop here. And it shows spotty clouds covering up from Atlantic Canada, Atlantic clouds covering from James Bay and Ontario, stretching into the Great Lakes, and stretching into Ohio Valley, and southeast Missouri, and Atlantic clouds from the southeastern states, and spotty clouds from Mexico, stretching in Fort Worth region in northern Texas, west Louisiana, western Oklahoma, stretching it up in southern Idaho, Nevada, and up in Oregon, and down in northern California, and the spotty clouds covering the Gulf states here. Alright, spotty clouds up in northern British Columbia here, and up in the Yukons. Okay, let's take a look at ours. Map situation. There's cold front from Nebraska, stretching up in Minnesota and up in Ontario, or a warm front from northeastern Ontario and western Quebec, and cold front down for Quebec here. And station front from Kansas, stretching into much of the southeastern states and not to sea. We got low pressure west of South Carolina, low pressure off the Gulf of California, and low pressure north central California. It'll put up from central Oregon down to the California here, and down for the Gulf of California here. And high pressure off New England here, and northeastern Ontario and western Dakotas here. And it is 68 degrees our temperature right out here in Boston. It is 79 out in New York City. It's 80 out in Washington D.C. It's 76 in Detroit, 73 in Chicago, Paris 74 is in Minneapolis and Omaha, Nebraska. It's 91 out in Dallas, Texas, 86 out in Brownsville, 80 in Miami, Florida, and Atlanta, Georgia, and Washington, D.C. We have a 74 degree temperature reading for Kansas City here. 76 out in Albuquerque, 75 in Denver, 86 in Salt Lake City, 96 out in Las Vegas, Nevada, 71 in Los Angeles, 73 in San Francisco, 85 in Seattle, and 87 in Great Falls, Montana. Current conditions around the region here, we have a 68 degree temperature reading here in Boston, 67 in Bedford and Gloucester, and 66 out in Beverly. It's 68 in Fitchburg, 69 in Worcester, 66 in Sturbridge, 70 in Webster, 74 in Norwood, 60 in Taunton, 64 in Bedford. It is 64 in Plymouth, 64 in Falmouth, and in Provincetown, 69 in Chatham, 58 out in Martha's Vineyard, 65 in Nantucket. It's 70 in Blackcon, 69 in Westerly, 66 in Smithfield, 65 in Springfield, 68 in Amherst, 70 in Greenfield, 63 in Pottsville, 61 in North Adams, 68 in Albany, 64 in Bennington and in Brattleboro, 63 in Keene, Hampshire, 63 in Chaffey, Hampshire, 69 in Concord and Shore, Hampshire, 67 in Manchester, Hampshire, 66 in Portsmouth, Hampshire, 67 in Windsor Locks, 6-7 in Hartford, 6-7 in Britain, 6-6 in Meriden, 6-6 in Waterbury, 6-5 in Bristol, 6-5 in Denver, Connecticut, 7-6 in Bridgeport, Connecticut, 74 in New Haven, 74 in Long Island, it's 74 in New York City, 73 in Islip, 70 out in Block on Rhode Island. There. Okay, forecast discussion. We're in the country here. Heavy rain below normal temperatures over the eastern United States, and an unusually active weather pattern will bring wet and cold conditions to the eastern United States. A front drape from the central plains to the southeast will be the focus of active weather front period. A hot and humid mass in place on the south of the boundary will support numerous showers and thunderstorms today and tonight across the southeast and lower at Mississippi Valley in the northern front and across the Valley in the middle and slow moving showers will deposit heavy rainfall. There will be flat tomorrow, but with less activity across the plains as high pressure moves at heavy rate. It will move in the northeast by Tuesday as the main surface low moves front to Great Lakes and west, and monsoonal season continues at upper level trail. A bunch of the west coast will provide an additional force to spark showers and thunderstorms across the Great Basin. Principal water about values of 1 to 2 standard deviations above normal level for locally heavy rainfall across the region. Here. Forecast discussion around New England here and isolated showers and thunderstorms possible to this evening and again Monday after the evening. The slow move with low pressure system is expected to remain unsettled weather during the middle of the weekend. I say severe weather, strong wind gusts and locally heavy rain is possible Wednesday after low departs. High pressure break quiet and cooler weather with a little cooler than normal temperatures for the end of the weekend and the weekend. Here. Near temperature 6 a.m. Monday morning, 10 a.m. update will continue slight chances of showers with pressures of 70 aperture to the eastern Massachusetts toward mid-Idaho. A mid-level impulse slides across the region of the Ligrid broader cyclone for as the evidence of the latest water vapor energy will move the Fed of isolated thunder north. Certainly, even additional activity will occur. It's possible that moisture should be converged to go ascent along with a leading wave. Does not look part of the state. That's a slight chance of warning. With some scattered clouds, appeared to be very mostly close skies. The highs earlier today in the upper 80s will result in a more mild and interval. Lows down around the upper 50s with a few spots slightly cool with a low winds. Light winds that affect the radio should cool it. There. Alright, let's take a look at what is going on in the tropics here. A tropical wave accompanied by a broad area of low pressure is located a few hundred miles south-southeast of Cape Verde Islands. Some gradual development in this system is possible during the next several days while it moves westward about 15 miles per hour. Formation chance for 4 hours. Low 10% of formation chance for 5 days. Medium about 40% there. Okay, Eastern Pacific here. Disorganized showers and thunderstorms are located a couple of hundred miles southwest of the Gulf of Tijuana, and are associated with a tropical wave. The strong upper level winds are expected to limit significant availability of the wave during the next couple of days. And after time, however, environmental conditions are expected to become more conducive and the tropical depression is likely to form. Later this week, while the system moves generally west-northwest where at 10 to 15 miles per hour, formation chance for 4 hours, low about 10% and formation chance for 5 days, high 70%. There. And the latest on Julio here as shown at 5 p.m. Hawaiian Standard Time on Sunday. Location 25.5 to the north, 153.5 to the west, about 370 miles, 595 north-northeast, and about 4 miles, 645 kilometers east northeast of Honolulu, Hawaii. Maximum same winds by 85 miles, about 140 kilometers an hour. With the price of the movement north for 325 degrees at 30 miles, 20 kilometers an hour. Minimum central pressure 94 millibars, which I have 6 inches. Central Pacific Hurricane Center issued advisories on Hurricane Julio located about 395 miles northeast of Honolulu, Hawaii under AWPS header TCPCP4 and WMO header WTPA 34 PHFO. Elsewhere known tropical cyclones are expected for Tuesday afternoon here. Okay, let's take a look at our latest on Julio. It's 25.5 to the north, 153.5 to the west. Maximum rain winds 85 miles per hour. Movement northwest 12 miles per hour. And here's the latest public advisory on Julio as of 5 p.m. Hawaiian time. No coastal watches warnings in effect. And at 5 p.m. Hawaiian time, 300 UTC, the center of Hurricane Julio was located near latitude 25.5 to the north, longitude 153.5 to the west. And Julio is moving to the northwest near 12 miles per hour, 90 kilometers an hour. This motion is expected to continue this evening with a slow moving forward speed anticipated Monday and Tuesday. Maximum state winds are near 85 miles per 140 kilometers an hour. Higher gusts Gradual weakness forecast throughout the next 4 hours. And hurricane force winds extend outward up to 3 miles, 45 kilometers from the center of the tropical storm force winds extend upwards to 125 miles by 25 kilometers out. The estimated minimum central pressure is 94 miles per hour. And tornado was 6 inches at large swells generated by Hurricane Julio will put high surf along east face to shows most alright hours by Monday here. Okay, Genevieve is a tropical storm 70 miles per hour, 85 miles per hour, and it's in the eastern Pacific Ocean here as a tropical storm. Okay, let's take a look at our tomorrow's temperatures will be 82 for Boston, 81 for Worcester, 84 for Hartford, 83 for New York, 86 for Hartford. It is 86 Albany, 82 in Rutland, 84 in Concord, New Hampshire, 79 from Portland. So tomorrow's temperature high range for tomorrow is going to be 79 to 86 degrees here. And take a look at our weather notes here. It'll be a beach day on Monday, showers to the west of us on Tuesday evening, and downpours Tuesday night and Wednesday, and dry and cool late week, and full moon tonight. Moon's at 6:52 a.m. and tonight was day 75 to 80 degrees. A few hit-or-miss showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, Wednesday. For the rainstorm, the GFS model approaching the Boston Providence quarter by about 10 p.m. Tuesday. Heaviest rain 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. and tapering by evening and 8 p.m. approaching Boston and Providence. More of the same, so I'm going to agree with both of the models here. And Preston medium shower beams Monday, Wednesday, super moon arrives in the sky. Water temperature 67 degrees here. And we will have some rough weather for the middle of the week as a slow moving front will bring the possibility of heavy rainfall and isolated thunderstorms late Tuesday night and Wednesday, and potential hazards, localized urban flash flooding, and possibly small streams, isolated wind damage, even a short-lived tornado during the day, Wednesday, hazardous weather. Same for monitor the latest forecast for the next few days, and we'll keep you posted here. So it's rainfall for Wednesday and Thursday, up to half an inch from the coast, Martha's Vineyard, and then Nantucket, coastal Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and down for Long Island. Half to 3/4 inch for much of Cape Ann and much of eastern Massachusetts, Rhode Island, down to Connecticut. When you get out to the west, it's 3.25 to 1 inch possible from western New England and up in much of New Hampshire, Vermont, and eastern New York, up to 1 to 1.5 inches up to southern Vermont. Here, okay. Let's take a look at the view from the outside. Here, let's take a little view from the outside. Shows a nice night on tap. And this is the super moon here. We'll take a look at it, zoom in on the camera, and it's a perfect full moon on a beautiful night, and it's lighting up the Norton sky, trying to make it look like it is daytime here in Norton here. All right. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast that goes like this. For tonight, while you're sleeping in the overnight hours of tonight, we are gonna see some podcast got low 57 degrees and lots of southeast wind. For Monday, SS showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m. mostly sunny sky under 82 degrees and southward about 5 to 8 miles per hour, chance precipitation 20%. Monday night, podcast got low 62 degrees and southward about 3 to 6 miles per hour. Tuesday, mostly sunny sky under 80 degrees and lots of south wind increase to 6 to 11 miles per hour in the morning. Tuesday night, showers likely mainly after 3 a.m. Clouds skies low 65 degrees and southeast wind about 8 miles per hour, chance precipitation 60%. Wednesday, showers and thunderstorms high near 37 degrees and chance precipitation 80%. More than that, chance of showers and thunderstorms before 8 p.m. and then chance of showers between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Podcast got low 61 degrees. Chance precipitation 30%. Thursday, mostly sunny sky under 36 degrees. Thursday night, mostly clear sky low 56 degrees. Friday, mostly sunny sky under 37 degrees. Friday night, podcast got low 57 degrees. For Saturday, sunny sky under 38 degrees. And Saturday night, Most of the coast got 59 degrees, but Sunday, sun's got under 79 degrees. Here. Peters, what a phrase of the night. A sunny and a little humid on top for tomorrow. Here. Peter Channel News Times 11:15 here. In time for a little travel report on this late Sunday night. And it shows oh, so sleepy. Okay, let's take a look at the traffic here. 290 and northbound side slow from the Mass Pike in Auburn to 146 in Worcester here, and Route 1 on both sides around the Foxborough Shannon area, around Gillette Stadium is bumper due to the Luke Bryan concert, and then Mass Pike on the eastbound side a little slow to approach 120. And 93 south a little slow around Wilmington stretch, but otherwise a perfect smooth sailing commute on the Sunday night. Peter Channel News Time 11:16 a.m. and it's time now for the Peter Channel News, the late night report here. And our top story today, is in Ferguson, Missouri, where some incidents of looting and vandalism have been reported after a vigil held for an unarmed black man and shot and killed by a suburban St. Louis police officer. Capitalized in U.S. bomb occurred to retake Iraqi towns as an F-18C Hornet coming from Iraq landed on the flight deck that occurred George H.W. Bush in the Persian Gulf on Sunday. Firefighters have rescued more than 20 people who are stuck on a roller coaster ride in the U.S. state of Maryland, and the ride ground to a halt, leaving the passengers stranded 14 meters up the air at Six Flags Amusement Park. All hail the teens! The 2014 Teen Choice Awards took place Sunday night in the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles, where host Sarah Harlan and Tia Pussy Strip put on another memorable show. Security forces loyal to Iraqi PM Nuri Maliki have prepared in a first in the capital Baghdad to be went on state TV to criticize the president. In Tokyo, Asian talks rose on Monday after Wall Street rallied and easing attention of Ukraine and all conflicts and other geopolitical hotspots such as Iraq limited gains. The victim whose name was not immediately released was found in a closet in a 4-story apartment building at 190 Campbell Avenue. President hopeful and Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan has set to become Turkey's first elected president. Mr. Erdogan, head of Turkey's Will and Justice and Development Party AKP, led Sunday's presidential polls with 51.8% of the votes. Palestinians on Friday held around the radio and in the United Nations schools serving as shelter in Jabal and Gaza. Many wait for the latest news and talks in Cairo. In Washington, President, former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's interview published on Sunday blamed President Barack Obama's faulty foreign policy for the arrest of Islamic militants in both Syria and Iraq. But first, the Islamic fanatic and murdered fight the Middle East pose a threat to our backyard, and lawmakers warned Sunday, and Iraqi officials said the militants are burying women and children of religious military alive. In New Orleans, 2 people were killed and 5 others were shot in the Lower 9th Ward Sunday night, according to the New Orleans Police Department. In Honolulu, incumbent Hawaii Governor Neil Edgar Cummings was soundly defeated in the state Democratic primary. Results showed on Sunday in an election that came as the state has cleared up one powerful storm and preparing for Julio. A 40s in Monroe County, Michigan, said 18-year-old illegally returned and falsely claimed that she was abducted and held for 16 hours on Thursday. That deal for $44 billion in cash is stuck in an assumption of $27 billion that would be the biggest energy industry venture since Exxon bought Mobil in 1999, according to Bloomberg. Amazon quoted an interview successfully by George Orwell and Web Posted and asked Withers and Mail, the chief executive at Chet. Another company service out to sue Apple and Simon's Truck Beam from Colorado. Truck Beam has filed a lawsuit against Apple because over the use of it in the former location based on its services in iOS OS X. Evidence considered Truck Beam as patent trail. Google and Yahoo are joining forces to create a tool that will encrypt messages and send them received between users. According to Wall Street Journal, 2 tech giants will create a tool based on PGP encryption or encrypt data contained. Today, Ninja Turtles Pack to Faders is opening weekend from left to, as it powered to $65 million at the box office. Chris claims that she had been dealing with her neck pain for years, so she could go to the doctor and be blessed by Mary Morana and get high. Water Rock survivor falling out or accident driver Batista. In sports news, Tony Stewart last week after a practice session for Sunday's NASCAR races, he fatally hits driver during confrontation on track. Rory McIlroy of Northern Ireland celebrates after winning PGA Championship golf tournament at Valhalla Club on Sunday, August 10th, 2014 in Louisville, Kentucky. Rory McIlroy celebrated his one-stroke victory of the 18th green with caddy J.P. Fitzgerald. Rory McIlroy celebrates his one-stroke victory in 18th green and caddy J.P. Earlier this morning, the Red Sox and the Los Angeles Angels completed a 19-inning marathon. The next two teams to complete that 19-inning marathon are the Toronto Blue Jays and the Detroit Tigers. They edged the Tigers by the Toronto Blue Jays in the 19-inning marathon. And Joe Woodford soundly defeated Roger Federer in Saturday's Roger Cup final in Toronto. The 13th-seeded Stazanga beat Federer. Sunday marks the summer's biggest and brightest super moon, with the full moon being the closest we'll go through during 2014. The Amico Caddies, after it ran aground in the coast of France in 1978, as the fate of oil during the first day of accidental or still poorly understood, with researchers often arriving on seen only after several days. A top World Health Organization official stopped Sunday member of Ebola cases in Africa have been top 18 above the virus can be stopped. If you have ringing in your ears, maybe you should consider taking another coffee break. A recent study published in American Journal of Medicine shows that increased caffeine can possibly affect the citizen tinnitus and citizen. In Charlotte, North Carolina, missionaries returned to the United States after working with patients affected with Ebola and quarantine monitored, said Sunday. Okay, let's take a look at what is going on New England's alerts. Brockton, Massachusetts just got in about a minute ago. A med flying route to Brockton Fairgrounds for a fall victim. ETA 10 minutes and PT has open skull fracture and incident occurred on Goddard Road. Dennis, Massachusetts, a boat collision under the Bass River Bridge. The Middlesex District Attorney's Office just released a sketch about a person interested in mourning his killing of Lowell brothers Keith and Joseph Callahan. Court Detroit, Barnstable, Massachusetts. Marine search vicinity of Quincy towards Papa's and a red 15-inch sailboat, one adult male, 2 outlets board overdue was have been along shoreline area, has no lights or communications, but all 3 thought to be wearing life vests. Court Detroit reports of lunch and must be also checking in the area. And that's going to be it for the What Am I Show News late night report on this August 10th, 2014 on a Sunday night. Here's a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow with a good positive attitude. Good night, see you tomorrow.